Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Hype RC. In today's video, we're going to be talking about this custom-built, team-associated Ghostbusters Ecto 1 rig sitting in front of me. It actually didn't start off that way. It actually started off as this Gatekeeper. And I found a deal on Amazon that I could not pass up. For $256, I had this rig sent right to my front door. For another $53, I had the Ecto Body sent here so I could do a custom paint job and build this rig that's sitting in front of you. I've got a lot of upgrades underneath the hood, so let's check it out. All right, guys, let's take an up-close look at the custom Ecto 1 rig that I built. I've wanted to do this theme for a while, and it has really turned out very well. I'm extremely happy with my paint job because I am not the best painter in the world, but this one really turned out well. I found these all-blue lights, which are just like the ones off the Ghostbuster theme rig on TV, and I got these from Injora, and I just added just a little bit extra touch. I mounted that directly to the roll bar that comes with the Ecto Body, and I really like the way that this has turned out. But let's see why this thing is performing so well. So let's get underneath the hood and check it out. So the first thing I wanted to address is a known problem with the Sendero, and that is the lower shock mounts are plastic that connect to the axles down here, and they have a tendency to pop and snap. So the first thing I did is I went and bought these Treal lower shock mounts, and while I was there at Treal, I found that they actually had a very nice front diff cover. This thing weighs 84 grams, and these knuckles that weigh 160 grams. And so I've got a lot of weight moved up front on this rig, and it is performing very well. I went ahead and bought 10mm spacer hexes to widen this thing out a little bit, and it is performing very well. But let's talk about the electronics. So I've seen these 9 iMod servos for a while, and I wanted to give one a shot in this rig, so I bought the nicer one that they have. It's the 45 kilogram brushless. It was like $55, which is still very inexpensive for a decent servo, but this thing is outperforming some of my high dollar servos, so I'm extremely happy with the way it's turned out. We went ahead, and I hadn't tried out the HobbyWing Quick Fusion SE motors yet. I got this in the 1800 kilovolt. This thing has it running slow and low. I really like the way that it is performing. And then the factory battery tray, when I lowered this thing with the high clearance links that I put on here, it was running into the bottom of the factory tray. So I went ahead and printed this off. I had white filament, so I figured let's stay with the theme, and went ahead and printed that out while I was at it. And so that's got a little bit more of the weight up front. Then I printed off these shock tower cross members and this little bitty mount for the rim magnet, so I can pull the body back and get to the electronics and turn it on and off without having to remove the pins, and that holds the body in place. It's doing very well. Then I wanted to get it connected to a good transmitter and receiver, so I went ahead and hooked it up to my DX5C with the SR215 because I don't need a whole lot of channels. I've got all the electronics moved up front to keep as much weight forward as possible, and this rig is performing very well the way it's sitting right now. Next, we went over to Rock Pirates, and we got their shock towers, and they are amazing. You can tune in everything just the way you want. I did have to top off the shocks from the factory, but other than that, these team associated shocks are very nice. I'm extremely pleased with the way they're working. Then I went ahead and bought the Rock Pirate sliders that fit the Ecto Body, and those things are golden. They really work well to get this thing to crawl over the top of everything and not get up and interfere with this nice body that I got painted. So I'm very happy with the way that that is working out. Then we went ahead and installed the crawl gears that come directly from Team Associated to get some overdrive in the front of this, which is also a really neat upgrade from them. I did cut off 10mm off the front of this and get that bumper shoved in. That is a known free upgrade that a lot of guys are doing, and it creates a very nice approach angle on this rig. So I'm very happy with the way that that turned out. And then onto the wheels and tires. So I found these DKKY 1.9 wheels, and they were like 28 bucks on Amazon. I was looking for something that just fit the Ghostbuster vehicle theme, and these were the closest I can find, and they were on sale. The hardware that comes with them is very nice, so I'm very pleased with the way that those turned out. And then Injora had some new crawler tires. These are the new mud terrain 122 millimeter by 42 S3 compounds, and they are performing very well. I'm very happy with the way that those are working out. I went ahead and installed the Injora 2-stage foams in these and vented them 180 from each other. So they've got this thing hooking up, man, and crawling. It's low, it's slow, and it is beating up those rocks. We're going to get over and get to the incline table, and we're going to get some weight on this rig, and then we're going to take it out on the rocks so you can see how well it's performing. Stick around and check it out. All right, guys, we've got this thing sitting on the Sky RC weights, and we have actually hit that magic number of 60 in the front with 40 in the rear and exactly 50-50 left to right. We're going to get this thing out on the rock course and see how well it can perform. All right, guys, I had a blast getting out and test running this rig. It is outperforming my expectations by a mile. This is actually my best performing tent scale rig that I have right now. You can see that it hits 60 degrees on the incline table. So if you're out and you buy an Ecto, I highly recommend the Treal, Rock Pirate, and HobbyWing Fusion upgrades for your rig. They have this thing performing like a beast. The Injora S3 compound tires that they come out with are extremely grippy with the 2-stage foam, so I highly recommend those too. But Team Associated has done something different, and I really like the Ecto. I've wanted one for a while, and doing the custom build on top of it has really made this my new favorite tent scale rig. I do have a lot more tent scale custom rigs coming up this year, so hit the subscribe and like button and ring that bell so you can catch those videos out. Don't forget to support your local hobby shops. Bash, crawl, repeat. We'll see you next time.